Welcome everybody to our stream live here on Twitch and lichess.org. I'm International Master William Pascal. We are playing Blitz with viewers. Later, I think everyone can watch the World Championship Candidates Tournament. We're going to be streaming till just about after the start time of that. We've got challenges here from 11 to 1:15. About 2 hours and 15 minutes. Troll on the roll. 1777, 1777, 1777, 1666, 1555, 1555. What about that Ultra Bullet rating, huh? Rating manipulation. Nothing like that here. Alright. So, we're taking this very serious challenge from Troll on the Roll. What's up, Astrobate? Simul game draw from a position of strength. Very interesting. Knight c7, knight e6, knight d4, knight f5. Knight maneuvers from Astrobate yesterday. Where was that coming from? Totally new style of chess. Surprised me there. Alright, Mr. Troll. What are we to do here? Hello, Snuggles the Snail. Hello, hello. Thank you, Snuggles, for joining us. An avid follower of the stream. Alright, what am I doing? Troll always occupies the center. Snuggles, welcome. Nice frog emotes. I love those. They look like pancake or frog cakes. D4. Check. I can check. Always check. It might be mate. I like how I'm sitting here all morning, basically the last 2 hours, waking up, and there are these guys like constructing some kind of, they're repairing like a chimney on my roof, and they made almost no noise until the minute when I started the stream. They started to like run some sort of buzz saw. It was very quiet, literally, for 2 hours. Now I'm gonna suffocate. Alright, let's try this b5, overextending my center. Let's do it. No. I don't know. b5? Weakening. I don't have enough control of the center with the pawns. That's the problem here. e5. My king is kind of open now. We hope nothing bad will happen with this line here. It does open my queen, though. Maybe this isn't such a stupid move. He'll probably exchange pawns. Take back with the f-pawn. Maybe that's good for me. Maybe e5 was better than I thought, but I still don't really like my position. Troll's opening play in Chess 960 is infallible. Very infallible. This is space advantage 101 for white. Every game it's like lock the structure. White has a space advantage, and he's also white almost every game, I noticed. How are you? Do you challenge me to white every game? Or is that my imagination? You'd be kicking my feet into the table too, pretty soon. They always do that when they're white. We discussed this yesterday. And then he's got the sneaky castling sometimes. Okay, we have a problem. This was likely a bad move, bishop e7. But I didn't know what to do. f5. It's a King's Indian. Just going with the space. Astrobate, good to see you. Glad you could stay awake for today's stream. How's your sleep schedule working out? I know you were struggling. Normally Monday mornings are bad, but I was able to get to sleep. I had some weird dreams last night. Classical simul, what? What? I didn't change it? Oh man, I thought I changed it. This sucks. Sorry about that. Weird. I could have sworn it. Give me a break. It's Monday morning. Dude, I can't click on something. Wow. How's my lag? Whew, we got some wicked lag going on here. I cannot click on OBS. It's gonna take me half an hour to just like adjust this sentence. Did I lose on time yet? Hopefully. How's my ping, man? It's just OBS is a disaster. I bet if you pay for it, it's not so bad. Let's see. When I go to like Task Manager, there'll be like 10 instances of this program running at one time, usually. That's always a good sign. Alright, done. It's like Skype. The last time I checked Task Manager, I had like 8 Skypes running at the same time. I was like, how's that possible? B Maximus. B Maximus, I didn't have a chance to check the simul games yesterday, but I had a feeling you were much better. Actually, nobody's games I was so tired, I just had to go to sleep last night. Usually I'll look over some of the simul games. Really? I guess if you can avoid exchanging some pieces. What about when I played e4? Can you take en passant? Man, troll space advantage here. Very cramping. Look at this. Vortex. The spatial vortex. See, this is why I hate Chess 960. This is disgusting. Tell me this is chess. This can't be chess. Now he played h4. Oh my god. Should I play b5? This is crazy. Speaking only open the king side. Check out this position. It's like playing God. The master of space advantage. Look if I can like lock the board here and play for a draw. This is horrible. Why do I agree to play this? I don't understand what's fun about this. This is just like handicapped chess. what point is he going to get turned in for rating manipulation is what I wondered. How has he managed to keep his account in good standing with ratings like that? $17.77, $16.66, $15.55. He's even got the now even Crazy House at $15.55. Uh-oh. So if I take with the C pawn, my A pawn is a goner. So this wasn't the plan, but we're going to have to take this way. Anyway, it gives my knight a good square here, or something. Yeah, he what did you do? Did you pre-move bishop d2, or what? You played it anyway. This is insane. Yeah, you're 15.55. Uh-huh. Sure. It's just a coincidence. It's variance. Just normal variance. That's what they would say on the poker forums. It's not rigged. It's variance. Alright. Now what? Oh, I can play knight g6. Not sure about that idea. Seems to be happening a lot lately now. The fully blocked position. Of course, I have a break. He has a break. B4 isn't really a break, but F4 and G6 are. It's a miracle that I'm not lost. I think he had a huge advantage, but he spent most of his time on moving real fast instead of trying to find the best move. You gotta compromise. It used to be that I would beat him on time every game, but he's gotten faster. So maybe G6 will be necessary. There's no way through. Except for G6. Yeah, we gotta go for it, right? It's a bad bishop, right? Rook h2 is a pretty good move. So, I was never better till maybe now. The entire game. Interesting how that works. No, actually, the computer thought I was better after queen g6. Okay. So we're better once we got the g6 break-in. But I was, like, lost. Spatially lost. +2 for white. At this point. Every opening is the same. He has the most immense advantages. Every time we play chess 960, it's unbelievable. I'm every game out of the opening with -2, something like -3. So Morales, VIP, Tezek, B Maximus, Glazing Buns is not a subscriber, but we'll play them eventually. Uh-oh. What is that? I'm watching this video destroying Stockfish. Sorry, this video, Stockfish destroying Lilo with the Budapest Gambit. Speaking of the Budapest Gambit, I'm so fast. Mr. Fast, they call me. Budapest Gambit must die. Chinese series, like Chinese chess, you're talking about? Or are we talking about like entertainment? Okay. YouTube television. Queen e7. Okay, so this is like mainline. Morales and I go way back. We have 358 games now. Oh, on Netflix. I don't have Netflix. I just have Amazon Prime. No Hulu. I'm currently watching old Twilight Zone episodes for entertainment. So mainline Morales system, we've got 1 million games in this going back. I was playing other stuff, but we're back to the critical bishop f4. He convinced me. He convinced me that this is still the best line. So he has a weird move he plays, this d6. Mostly white like faces castles there. But Morales has the thing where he'll allow like queen a4 check and bring his knight back to c6. Which is kind of weird. I don't know what to make of this. I guess there's nothing with that. But it's like we both play this game where we're delaying castling. Let's just go ahead and play a3. Captain Kirk, of course, that's a famous episode. Terror at 30,000 feet or something like that. William Shatner on the Twilight Zone. Great episode. There were gremlins. But he wasn't Captain Kirk, Asterbate, in the Twilight Zone. There's a lot of great cameo performances in that series. Yesterday I saw an episode with Walter Matthau. No, it was Ernest Borgnine. I'm crazy. I was thinking it was Walter Matthau. And I'm like, wait a minute, something's wrong here. It was Ernest Borgnine, a young Ernest Borgnine. Bishop c5, keeping the bishop on the board? Whoa. Alright, dude. You're going to pay for this. Who do you think you are? How dare you play bishop c5? Oh my god, that didn't just happen. This didn't just happen. You're kidding me, right? Like, who even thinks of that? What? Seriously? It's like 11 o'clock in the morning and you're playing bishop c5, bishop d4 with tactical tricks? What? The point? Who would even think of such a thing? In the morning? Are you kidding me? That's insane. I don't believe it. Man, how much coffee? You're living in Italy now. You have good coffee. Okay, if I take on d4 there, by the way, takes knight d3 check, king f1, knight f4. I mean, I'm just a little messed up. Not a really good idea. But what's happening here objectively? Mr. Robert Wilson? Astaby, what are you talking about? Are we still on? Are we still talking about the Twilight Zone? Oh, you played bishop e5. Proving his point. Okay, so the Morales thing is this obsession with castling queenside in the Budapest. He should really get together with... Yeah, that's not a good move. Get together with someone on sound. Brainstorm new ideas in queenside castling. Oh, I can't wait for the next move. Queen f6. He's got the e5 square. I could have played f4, right? But that's crazy. But that would destroy his whole theme. Controlling the e5 square. I've played 358 games with this opponent, and I can tell you he likes that square. From experience with both colors. Do appreciate Morales' grounding in the fundamentals of central control. Now f5. Now I'm serious about controlling the center too. Seriously serious. Wait, knight f3? Knight f3, f4. Knight e5. Pawn takes g3, knight takes g6. Pawn takes f2 check. King f2. Or we can play f4, creating a backward pawn in my own position. There's always just castles. He's going to castle kingside. Presumably. You gotta be careful. Maybe you should play the Dutch instead of Budapest. Join the Summon on Sound crew. Just play the Dutch. Anyway, you like playing f5 and f4. Did you used to play f4 in the Grand Prix attack? Yeah. Well, you don't necessarily want an open position when you play the Dutch. A lot of times it can lead to closed games. Speaking of the stone wall, that's what this looks like now. Oh yeah. Kangaroo. It's a good stone wall. Thanks a lot, buddy. But we've got the e5 and the e4 squares. Give me that. Biz hop. Where's my biz hop? Whoa. Where's my time? Bad things could happen here. Black isn't careful. It's like he feels like I feel against Troll in Chess 960 with the space. Best be careful. A5. But this shouldn't save him. It saves him? He has a tactical trick. What? Oh no. Now he has it. Damn it. He's got this miracle of tactics. What the heck? Am I mated? Oh, I just dropped a piece. Well, that's good. I just dropped a piece. And you lost on time. Quality. Quality chess. So, you found this move King F7. One of the only moves that doesn't lose by force. And I just lost my mind, allowing Knight G5. And you're completely back in the game. We both played horribly at the end. But I mean, there's something weird about the way Morales plays this. So, totally standard position. When you're supposed to castle, he refuses to castle. Oh no, that's my move. I played a3. So a3, bishop c5 is engine. Wow. I don't think many people would play that, though. Both players with black played bishop takes d2. Why is it so rare to play a3 here? Castles is main line. Alright. What if I don't want to castle kingside? You know, should I be forced to do that? Why do I have to castle kingside before you commit? Tezek and Sumaher are subscribers. It's funny, I don't remember you playing bishop c5 before. So that's something you specifically must have prepared. It's not really a novelty. Did we play it before? Because I can't remember. No more King's Indian attack after yesterday. It's impossible I haven't played a3 against you before, Morales. Right? And you've played, what, bishop takes d2 check in the past? I usually castled. And you castled queenside plans. But I'm sick of that. Okay, c6 is kind of passive. We're glad to see c6. So bishop c5 is a home prep variation. Okay, this is solid but passive for black. I just said that. I like repeating myself for emphasis. Now bishop g4. Wow. Queen b3, anyone? I don't want to lose a pawn. Well, I mean, this is the way I played, you know, against Chess Master, whatever it was. Chess Master 3000, like 20 years ago. That's the way I was taught to play in the books. But this whole concept of castling queenside of yours is kind of on the new side. Now we've got like another Morales opening, a sort of Petrov. Do I do g4? Do I do the g4 thing? I guess we go for it. I don't know if this is sound. But it's a way of playing chess, I guess. It may be going too far. It's a pretty maniacal concept. But what the heck? What heck? Astrobate, thank you for donating to start the week, 250 bits. Bishop c7, defending the d5 pawn. Objectively, that may not be necessary. So, there is that. Unnecessary retreat of bishop. I think that the pawn is I should say, indirectly defended by knight takes d5, knight d5, bishop d5, bishop b4, check. I guess, I don't know, something like that. Yeah, I try to frustrate French players by making them play open positions. But it's not so easy. Unlike French. Yep. What do I do? Castle? Let's just castle. Dude, castle. Development. Now he can castle kingside. I mean, I could have played g5. I don't know. But it's a tough decision, honestly. Bishop g5, there's all these moves. What about bishop g5? Is that stupid? I don't want to weaken my king side by playing g5 necessarily. So, candidates tournament. I won't be streaming through the candidates tournament. Too many people do that. Not interesting. But candidates tournament today. We're getting down to the last rounds. Doesn't look like anybody's going to catch the Pomniachi. But if anybody does, I think this is a good move, by the way. I think knight c6. If anybody's going to catch him, today would be a good try for Vacher. Yeah, it starts. I'm going to be finishing the stream around 1:15. The candidates will start at 1. I don't want to be competing with the candidates tournament. I want to see Fabiana win, but it's probably hopeless. But I don't really love any of these guys for any particular reason. It doesn't matter that much to me who wins, frankly. I just want to see a good World Championship match. Originally, I would have picked Ding Liren. Or Caruana. But I mean, this is why I think that tournaments for deciding the challenger for the World Championship are stupid. You could run this tournament 14 times and have a different winner. Honestly, 14 times. It's completely random. Such a short format. The other thing I'm confused about is why they're playing endgames so badly. I mean, it seems like they have enough time. There's seriously enough time. Why are the endgames so bad? I was thinking about the time control. I mean, 100 minutes for the first 40 moves plus 30-second increments. Then another 50 minutes plus 30-second increments for 20 moves. And then more time. I don't understand why so many drawn endgames are lost. It just seems like the technical aspect is just awful. Like almost every case where there's an endgame where the defending side sitting there losing every time in every kind of drawn technical endgame. The Wang Hao, the last one I talked about yesterday, it was awful. An awful game by Wang Hao. Claimed he played like a 2200. He's dissing all 2200s across the globe by saying that he probably has no concept of how good a 2200 is. I mean, how often does Wang Hao have to play 2200s? They're better than that, frankly. I mean, I know a lot of 2200s who would have drawn that ending. Yeah, most of these guys don't play in opens. They're protected. But maybe Wang Hao. He's not that elite compared to the others. I'm just joking. I mean, seriously. In post-game interview, he said he played like the end of the game like 2200. It's... I don't think so. Yeah, Gibraltar is notorious. Do they have more than one group now in Gibraltar? Because it used to be lots of like 2100s playing Grandmasters, but I saw some cross table from, or I saw somebody's result from last year, and it was like, it almost looked like there must be some under 2400 section or something like that, because it was different. Gibraltar, they just had to cancel the women's Grand Prix or something like that due to COVID. They like women. They sponsor a lot of women's tournaments. I never had the privilege. That's a snob tournament for rich people. Or players with sponsors. Actually, the Hungarian Chess Federation would sponsor some Hungarian women to play in that in past years. I remember when Gara Anita drew with Aronyan. That was a sensation. She's a player around the same ELO as me. She got to play and hold a draw. Speaking of the French defense, that was a French defense too. E4, E6, D4, D5, Bishop D3 variation. Alright, Tizek, thank you for the game. So I got B Maximus and Sumaher, who are subscribers. Now, Glazing Buns is gone. I just took evidently. Sorry, wrong game. Wrong time control, evidently. It's evidently the wrong time control. Dude, somebody just disappeared. Oh, we lost B Maximus. He's back. B Maximus and Sumaher are the subscribers. The last player has to re-challenge me with the proper 5+3 time control. Alright, I'm not going to play E4. I suck at E4. And I'm not awake enough. We just played E4. E4, C5, C4. Reykjavik, right. I wonder, you'd think like that's weird. You'd think like Reykjavik would have had their open this year because COVID is under control in Iceland. Maybe they have some restrictions for large tournaments. I'm sure next year it will be back. That's the problem with Reykjavik though. Like, why would I play in Reykjavik? I have no chance of making a GM norm. There's like too many people in the open section. One like giant section. It's like the US Open. It's not good for people who are looking for Grandmaster result. If I'm going to travel to another country to play in a tournament like that, I want to at least have a chance to make a GM norm. So the snob tournaments, you have a better chance, I guess. Back in the day, Isle of Man was good. Now this theory here, I'm a little bit rusty in this variation. Maximus playing, what is this line? No, this is standard. Take the pawn. Brutus. So the problem with Reykjavik is that there's too many people in one big section. The other tournaments are snob. I have something bad to say about everything. There's good tournaments in the world. I just can't find them. Depends on who you are, what your goal is. You know, there's a difference for me or an amateur player, what you wanna do. I'm looking forward to the day when chess returns to normal. Yep, this is a problem. This variation. I gave up playing this line for white, but Queen A5 is a mistake. I think it's a mistake. I mean, you're supposed to play E6, right? I gave up playing this with white like right around 20 years ago. It became too annoying. Queen D2, E6, F4, Bishop C7. But Queen E5 is wrong. That's a known mistake, although it doesn't lose by force or anything. It's just not supposed to be good for black. Is there a reason why I can't play C4 here? I had a lot of games in this line. I lost to Ilya Gurevich. I had one game I can't remember which color I played. Against Toad Andrews. I still can't remember if I was white or black. But I know I lost. F4. E5. You have to know exactly what you're doing here to play this, because the central pawn mass is very dangerous. You're glad the European Super League attempt failed, but did you see the latest? Like, the backers for that are not giving up. They're saying, like, they have, speaking of the European Super League, they're claiming that let me think here for a second. They're claiming like the big teams like don't have a right to pull out of their agreement. So now there's going to be like a legal fight about it. Whether those teams like have a right to pull out of the deal is the newest thing. We will see. So they're going to try to get money. Extortion. Football. It's hard to be an American living in Europe. I tell the story often that I played football when I was a kid. I had an Italian coach. We were like champions for our... We were like state regional champions. But I freaking hated it in a way, because it was just like so much running constantly. I never scored any goals. Rook A C8. No, I'm talking about like I played European football when I was a little kid, but I was not that good and I never scored any goals, and I just remember like we had a champion team with an awesome coach. Ironically, I was like the only bad player on this awesome team for little kids. And I mean, I was athletic but not talented for football as a kid, and I just had no training in football. So it was funny. But I just remember hating running constantly. Without scoring, it was like, what's the point? We're running up and down the field. We never score or rarely score. And I definitely never scored. This rook c8 move. Rook c8 is pissing me off. But I had no tradition for like European football as a kid. I knew how to play baseball, American football. I don't even understand how I got involved in it. We just had a really good coach for our town who came from Italy. And he made the team into this like great kids team. But I had no clue about anything. But I only played 1 year. And it was annoying. At least with basketball or something, like you're constantly scoring baskets and it feels like there's a reason to run up and down the court. But with football, it was just like you scored like 2 goals a game and the game seemed to last forever. That was the thing that drove me crazy. We just keep running up and down and no one ever scores. The break. This is tricky, but I think I have rook b1. Or rook b3. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright. No, 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 no. It's all under control. Everything is under control. I hope. It was cool being on like a championship team and I got all these trophies and stuff. But still. I couldn't do it again. We've compressed him with the center here. Compressor. Uh-oh. Rook C. All we need is one. One big pawn. Whoa. Let's not get mated now. I'm screwing this up. Looks that way. Certainly gonna try. I am trying to screw this up big time. And succeeding. No, I haven't played football in 40 years. Greek Magnus? Yeah, that's an interesting time control. You're in the wrong place. So I've got challenges with the subscriber Sada Masagana. Who else was here? Sumahara, you're gone. The Tranquilizer. Fake tranquilizer troublemaker. Wow. Check out this move. Damn. What am I doing? Stupid ideas. Maybe not so stupid. No making trouble today. No trolling. How do I get in there and checkmate him? There's no way. No way in. I can't get in. Absolutely impossible. Where's the win? You're gonna do this seriously? How do I win this? Yeah. For a second I thought he had a defense there. Black resigned. Why did he resign so suddenly? I'm just going to play rook b8. But why did you resign so suddenly? For a while I didn't see that I had king c8, d7 check, king c7, rook b8. That's what took me forever to realize that I'm just winning. If you play king c8, d7 check. But bishop c8 is the only other move. And now I'm playing rook b8 and bishop b7 or d7. He just resigned. But it's usually like uncommon for people to resign when I have 5 seconds left. It is an increment though. I think the opening was a dubious continuation. Alright. Though I've played that before. Greek Magnus. Rated is out too. No a hyper bullet and no rated. Strike 2. Huga. So we're streaming till the candidates tournament starts, at least. Taking Blitz challenges. Alright, Sumahara has been waiting. I'm taking the challengers who are subscribers to the channel. If you want to play right away, you have to be a subscriber on Mondays and Wednesdays. Fridays, I just take open challenges. Give everybody a chance. Playing d4 today. That was a classic Grunfeld. But you should change the line you play. e6 and bishop c7 is... It's over for white. Like, there's no way to get an edge. I don't know. That's why I stopped playing it. One of the reasons. That's like black's best line, I think. I had a game where I lost here a couple years ago. The last time I played that. Maybe last year. I think it was in a simul, I don't remember. Really awful game where I just didn't know what I was doing. e6, f4, bishop c7. It's really weird and technical, and I don't know how white... Where is Sumahara? We lost him. Alright, I guess he's disconnected. Until next time. Let's see. I'm white, right? I move first. interesting simul yesterday where I eked out a plus score. 7 wins and 6 losses. And 1,000,000 draws. My time control for simuls. Sada Masagana, now what are you doing? You're playing the London? You know that's not allowed. It would be too hard to play bullet over the board. Are you seriously talking about this? You're not seriously talking about this. I'm gonna have to time you out. Hikaru knocked over all my pieces, and that's the reason why I didn't beat him at Blitz. Imagine what bullet would be like. The one time I had a winning position against Hikaru in over the board Blitz, he had like seconds. We both had seconds left. I had less than him. And I have queen and king, and I'm trying to checkmate him, and he's like knocking over the pieces and stuff. That's the only reason why I didn't beat him. In this ridiculous knocking over the pieces stage. Imagine like how ridiculous it is to even discuss such a thing. Knight on BD2 castles. But thanks for that very important update, GM Tranquilizer. We're all really excitedly looking forward to over the board bullet chess with Hikaru. I can't wait. I'll start playing like tournament Monopoly before that happens. So I guess Queen E1, actually. It's the Lasker if played by black. That's what it said in my old book on the Rady. That's true, Antonio. Alright, we're just going to have to time him out. Tranquilizer, stop with the dumb questions. FIDE's only had Blitz ratings for like 5 years or something. There's never been a Blitz tournament. There was life before 2015. Did you know that? There was a world before. The world existed before FIDE created an arbitrary Blitz system. Are you aware of that? Just wanted to know, like to make sure you understand that. There was chess before FIDE's fake Blitz ratings and stuff like that. Don't subscribe to that, you know, corrupt organization. Why should we put money in their pocket? You don't need FIDE to have Blitz tournaments. They just steal people's money. Robbing chess federations and individuals for rating fees. People can't afford to pay that stupid organization for every time they host a Blitz tournament. That's absurd. All it is the London system reversed. You can call it Lasker. Lasker is responsible. Antonio's right. Like, the setup with Bishop F5 is associated with Emmanuel Lasker. So the thing is, he trades off his central pawn on d5, which should be wrong, but it does give him a place to put his knight. I don't know if it's worth it. The lockdown is good. Millions of people died. It's great. Good for chess. All those dead chess players enjoyed this lockdown. It's good for fake chess. whatever we call this, online chess, where millions of people cheat, and you can't have real tournaments. Except for Magnus Carlsen's like private invitationals, so he can pump up his reputation. How to study openings. Well, I mean, nowadays we have a lot of tools that weren't there, obviously. A lot of people are raving about Chessable. And I don't know about Chessable versus other programs like Forward Chess and these sort of programs that help you incorporate like opening study with books on the computer. I mean, that's obviously important. And I feel like I've played exact games like this before. Sacking a pawn for a long diagonal. Where is his knight going? This seems like a good pawn sacrifice. Having a hard time getting an idea on how to study openings. You just go through the lichess analysis board, but not getting any ideas. Yeah, I mean, you really should study books. I mean, there's no substitute for books. And if you can't get into traditional books, then that's perhaps where the ebook sort of aspect could help you. I don't think there's any substitute for explanations, verbal explanations of ideas. I mean, there are like more books written about chess than any other subject, right? The lichess analysis engine, yeah, I mean, you don't know how to guide yourself. Every single opening has some really insightful books that have been written about it by experts. I mean, I still think this is the best way to learn the openings. Obviously, you have to find a reliable author, though. There's a lot of scam artists. That's why Chessable, too, is kind of sketchy, because I think relatively unknown, unreliable people have contributed. Like, random people do, like, Chessable. Maybe they'll weed them out, but it depends on, like, the publisher of chess books. Reliable publishers don't publish books by garbage authors. You can trust them. Yeah, I mean, if you get books or Chessable by grandmasters, and when I say Chessable, I just mean whatever ebook readers, or it's not enough to just like scan the opening explorer on your own on lichess unguided. You have no idea what you're doing, of course. That's going to be tough. You can just go by statistics, but on the other hand, I would trust like chess-based statistics better than say like lichess. Lichess, the opening explorer database is really incomplete. There are like billions of games from the 40s, 50s, 60s that aren't even in there. I feel like it's just a very amateur database. It's a good starting place, but I wouldn't trust it for the statistical aspect. You can go. You have to put some faith in statistics, I think, with the openings. In general, they're gonna be right for the most part. If the statistics in the opening explorer say something, it probably has some meaning, but it depends on the number of games that you're talking about. How much compensation do I have here? Sample size is everything. C4, knight takes b3, losing a pawn. I don't know, man. I'm just kind of hanging out down a pawn, but I have some compensation. Yes, I've lost on time. Most recently, in an over-the-board game in 2016, it was like an endgame where I was having trouble finding a move that doesn't lose. First time control. I just lost on time. Couldn't find a saving move. I think there was one actually, but it was just too hard. There's no sense making a move if you're lost. I mean, it's not going to matter. It was like I had to find a saving move and I couldn't find it, so I just sat there till I lost on time. But I mean, basically, most people have lost on time at some point. I just blundered. Maybe there's some compensation. Wow. It's a weird idea. What am I doing? That's what I'm doing. He had to play queen takes. Maybe not. Yeah, I'm just up the exchange here. The bishop on h7. One of the biggest problems with the London system, right? Do you always get mated on the back rank because of your bishop on h7? Unbelievable. I get that. Classic. I think that Ali Reza should focus on streaming so he can be the next greatest bullet player in the world. Maybe go into the financial sector so he can make more money or something. Be the next Hikaru. Alright. Forget about chess. Why even bother? Just be a great bullet player. That's the important thing. Alright, we've got other subscribers to the stream. Sumil. I don't know. How many accounts do you have, GM Tranquilizer? Just take them in the order I got them. Alright. Subscribers in order. In order of where you are in the list. Me. I'm always grumpy on Monday morning. After that simul. Is Sumil here? We're not allowed to talk about bullet chess anymore. Oh no. They're going to attempt to play the London with white, right? This is... No, good. That's refreshing. Thank you for not playing Bishop F4. Thanks to everybody who doesn't play an opening based on Bishop F4. Appreciate it. Now we're transposing to a Queen's Indian. It's refreshing to get a real opening. JCS is here. Now this Queen C2 is actually a Queen's Indian or Nimzo, depending on what black does. I guess I like the Nimzo better. Yeah, he's 1400. It's really very realistic now. But before he was playing like a maniac, now rather controlled style. Though he's still 1300 in rapid. He's 1309. He told me his coach said he shouldn't play rated, but I don't really get that argument. Fired the coach, I say. Rated games, if you get a higher rating, you'll get to play stronger players. Why would you not want to play stronger players? It doesn't make sense. We're trying to get more experience playing stronger players. The stronger your rating, the more stronger players will be willing to play you. Therefore, yes, you should play. You should want to play rated games. Most definitely. This is like a mainline classical Nimzo. White is used 19 seconds. That move is unusual. Usually Bishop H4, I assume. So it takes on a London system flavor anyway. Yeah, he's 1400 and plays like Karpov in the opening, of course. Makes complete sense, right? Not really. No. No, he's super sus. I've almost banned him from playing a few times. But he begged to come back. It looks like he's mistaken or made some kind of inaccuracy now. He's mistaken. He is mistaken, perhaps. Is this a mistake, though, by me? Is the question. So he's played the whole game in 25 seconds, and he's 1400. I gotta just stop. I can't stop. Can't stop myself obsessing over this. I don't like it when people cheat or they manipulate their ratings, or people use like multiple accounts. That's no good. He's too good even for 1400. You can't go by our score because he had a good position in every game. Almost. Now he's just like making crazy random move. He went from like a Karpovian opening play to making random crazy moves. It's like multiple personality disorder. Now he's just like dropping pawns for no reason. Seriously, are you like 2 or 3 different players? How does that happen? It doesn't make any sense. He's like an 800 player using an opening book or something. I don't get it, man. It's really, really strange. Not even 800. I don't understand anything about this account. It just doesn't make sense. He plays the entire opening like Karpov, and then all of a sudden drops all of his pieces. Whatever, dude. Alright. Next. Another rated challenge. I can't do rated challenges because of this type of account. Let's keep it casual. Hendry Boys is a subscriber. Now he played like he was 700, but 2,000 in the opening. There's something not right about that account. Obviously. The moves don't make any sense. Rook G1, yeah. I'll complain about him either way. Either he plays like a grandmaster or he's like 400. So now black takes the pawn on c4. It's some kind of Slav accepted gambit. I don't know. But honestly, bishop e7 looks kind of passive, so white should be slightly better here. I guess. Isn't that weird? What is he supposed to play instead of bishop e7? Maybe b5 directly? What other move is there? Somehow bishop e7 seemed wrong. b5. Yeah, okay. Years ago I studied that with Jonathan Yedidia. And I am who lives in... I don't know where he is now, but... We studied a little bit of Catalan together once. Lived in Boston area. He made a lot of money on stock options. I don't know what he does. Knight e5. Do not play chess under duress. It causes stress. Right, Acerbate? I guess we go for it. Chess under duress. Or arrest. Causes stress. Now we have the center, slight advantage. Black's bottled up. We're going to try to keep it that way. Grabber of pawns. Probably I should consider taking his bishop. I know that it hurts to do that, but we might not get another chance. Once it goes to e8, let's say bishop f4. Not actually, bishop f4 does look decent. Chess finesse. Finesse chess. Guys, we're streaming for about another 45 minutes. till the wonderful candidates tournament comes on. I'll be back tomorrow night. I've got a host rapid tournament here on lichess and Twitch. Just stopping by for a short stream every Monday morning. Blitz rapid tournament tomorrow night at 6:30 CEST, Central European summertime. Appreciate the support, Astrobate. Thank you for donating 250 bits earlier. Thanks to all of you for supporting the stream yesterday during the simul. Good to see Zen Chess. Have I heard of any over-the-board tournaments coming up? Well, they're still running here. I've had 2 private organizers try to get me to play. We still have tournaments because the government here allows like sporting events to go forward as long as there's like no spectators. I don't know what the rules are, but sport is not blocked here in Hungary, so there are still over-the-board tournaments. I heard about, well, for you guys in the US, I mean, vaccinations are successful, so over-the-board chess should be continuing. I mean, I know like in Boston where I used to live, they're starting to have like 8 to 10 player events at the local chess club. What's happening in Vegas, Astrobate, is the National Open still taking place? They're supposed to have the National Open in like June. I don't know about you, Zen Chess, in your area, but I assume in the US will be one of the first places to resume. In most of Europe, probably not so much. Hungary's pretty liberal with the sports events, but I don't think most people are necessarily willing to play. I can't get a vaccination because of my status as a resident non-member of the health system. I have to figure out how I'm going to get vaccinated before I can play again. I'm looking at all my options. I mean, I might have to go to another country to get vaccinated. Queen a6, rook a8, queen b7. I was looking at this. I think I'm just going to pack it in and go home here. Wow. Hendry boys. I thought I was playing a master. He's 1800. I thought I was playing Zen. I started to convince myself I was playing Zen chess at one point because he was talking. So we'll see how those tournaments turn out. I mean, Vegas is open. I have a friend out there who's posting photos from Vegas all the time. I don't know how I feel about it. It could be dangerous, but eventually tournaments in the US will continue. But you've got a successful vaccination campaign in the United States for the most part. Hungary, not as much. They claim they do. Which reply to d4 has the least theory? That's a good question. Well, you'd have to pick a slightly more obscure opening, you know. I guess a4 makes sense. I feel like I'm playing Steinitz or something. Whoa. Alright, that's getting a little dangerous now. We're going to go with the passer. Pastor. Pass pawn? That's a tough question, Dr. Zwischenzug. Well, I mean, something bad would have the least theory. But you don't want to play the England gambit, I assume. The worse it is, the less theory it has. To a large degree. But of the reliable openings, I mean, pretty much everything has been investigated. I was thinking the other day, you know, one example of an interesting opening, like the accelerated Queen's Indian, like d4, knight f6, c4, b6, something like that. You've got to find something that's playable, but, you know, maybe a little bit offbeat, and you'll find that. And now we're talking. Maybe. I think accelerated Queen's Indian is interesting. I remember one time, there are people who play that, but not as much. One time I saw, like, Luke Van Whaley, who's a really, really strong grandmaster, especially in terms of theory. He lost to, like, some kind of average IM. But I don't mean the normal Queen's Indian. I'm talking about accelerating it with d4, knight f6, c4, b6 on move 2. That's experimental. Yeah, actually, the Chigorin is a good suggestion. Though there is quite a bit of theory on Chigorin. Okay, black blundered a piece. He was under pressure here. But Chigorin is a relatively good suggestion. Maybe the Dutch is less theory than a lot of mainstream openings. For example. Sebi rating with party of 1. Always reminds me of, like, when I go to a restaurant and ask for a table. Party of 1. People can never pronounce my name, so we would always, like, Pascal, even though that's not the correct way to pronounce it. We're like, Pascal, party of 1. Whatever, just make it easy for people to understand. Chigorin, good suggestion, maybe Dutch. Yes. Morales' Budapest Gambit. There's always new ideas. I mean, you can find a lot of new ideas in more obscure openings. Still, it's not necessary to play chess 960. I don't think it's come to that point. So, let's see. We've got Zen Chess. Greek Magnus just insists on rated. Maybe another time, off stream. Greek Magnus, I can play you rated. But I don't like to do so on the stream. Cheers to Dr. Zwischenzug. I'm at a disadvantage when I'm streaming, so I don't really like to do rated games while I'm handicapped. My rating's already stupid enough. I'd like to get it upwards of 2550 at least. There are like 2,100 players who are 2,600 on lichess. I mean, my rating is lame. We don't need to lose any more points. So let's go. Zen Chess played g3, and I played knight c6. I don't want to go into his theory. I mean, mostly I play d5 here. But Zen is always, like, prepared, so this must be a trap. I'm not going to walk into his preparation. Clearly he's preparing. Boris Men. There was some 2,500 USCF rated player I played years ago. He's probably passed away. He was... Who knows, though? I think he was like a FIDE master who was 2,500. I had to draw with him and another guy, Peruvian IM, who lives in Spain. But G3 I faced twice. 2 draws. But both times I played D5. We probably discussed this before. I'm not going to watch the candidates because I have a lesson at that time. I don't like to stream the candidates because there's 100 other streamers doing it, and it's sort of pointless. I guess it's not a good enough reason, though. Alright, Zen Chess. Zen Chess is playing a closed English reversed. Kasparov actually would play this way with black against the English sometimes. What if we try to take him out with h5? Let's go. Definitely not safe. But when he commits to castling early, they would often do that with black, actually. Black would delay, he would delay castling in this type of structure. Yeah, he's trying to play c3 and d4 in a lot of positions. That's right. That's part of the trick. That's why white's not putting their knight on c3 like a normal closed Sicilian. Very true. It's never too late to do h5. Well, that's why a lot of women chess streamers are popular. There's a lot more men chess players than women chess players. And the men chess players want to flirt with the female streamers. So I don't have that advantage, unfortunately. No one wants to flirt with me. Oh well. Life goes on. So he is playing for d4. Of course, it's an advantage. But I never intended to do streaming as my occupation. I really just started it without thinking. Alright, so seriously, d4 is an issue. We might have to go and play e5. It's a little weird. It's a little weird, this h5 incorporated with h5, e5, and rook b8. I'm not sure like this move, and this move all go together properly. You can always play h5 randomly. No, not really. That's not how it works. Nerd fishing. Why did I say you wrote fishing? Do I have a space advantage? Not for long. Nerd flirting. Okay, Zen Chess is a good player, not to be underestimated. Hey, what's up, Schieberspieler? Reverse Marazzi. I don't know what I call this. It's a closed Sicilian reversed. I'm playing the Bafnik. Oh man. Nerd theory. F5. You get roasted if we're not careful here. Oh, wait a minute. But I have knight a5. Knight a5, knight c1. It's not a big deal. Chess nerd theory. There's a lot of chess nerds out there that can be scammed. So when you play d4, we'll play ed, cd, d5. I don't know. I'm just going to play h4, whatever. I can't sack a piece or anything crazy here. But we can scare him a little bit, maybe. Does he look scared? I have no idea what's going on. We'll just go berserk. We're berserking. I'm just going berserk. He doesn't look berserk. He's very zen. We've played 138 games now. This is 139. He's a disciple of Nimzovich. Very positional. But he's experimenting with a new system. He never used to play this way. So you know there's always a chance. They're just not like yet comfortable with their Zenzovich. Zenzabob. Does anyone have a clue what's happening here? Because I don't. It's utterly random. Ah, that move, right. He's completely relaxed. The one thing that's for sure is that he's faster than me. It's not clear where my king should go either. If I castle kingside. Wait. If I take on a4, it's a free pawn. Free pawns are welcome. Damn, that's materialistic. I'm on here for another half an hour, guys. Kids. Okay. Boom. He's not materialistic. That's me. Castle queenside. I'm not afraid to bust the castle queenside. Situation is completely insane. No clue. But he's a principled guy. Breaking in the center. Breaking and entering. Can I do this? I'm not sure. Do I want to do that? Now I'm in trouble. It's like a sneaky retreat. But I can take on d4. Pawn takes d4. Man, what is going on here? Dude, he's not even like calculating. Does he just play these moves without even thinking? Are you serious? You don't need to calculate? He's got a minute more than me. Trusting in his intuition. Whoa. What about bishop takes? I don't even have a clue. Who knows what's going on here? Who can calculate that with 13 seconds? Check him out. Yeah, he could have captured on d4. He probably saw that, but decided he wanted to try something else. But he's also moving very fast. Oh my gosh. Can I not lose on time? And he finally entered panic mode. I was in a very dubious situation at various points in that game. I had no idea what was going on. He just sort of melted down at the end. I'm sure that he was better. But like Code.exe said, there was a moment where he could have played d4, which I just closed somebody. Sorry. I just closed somebody's challenge. But I think that key moment was, man, he was totally winning. Not that it wasn't a complicated position. We both started moving fast. But I want to see like when he could have played d4. Bishop f2 got a question mark. Like here. Yeah, you had knight d4. I was going to play bishop d4, I think. Bishop d4, knight d4. I'm up a piece, but the computer says I'm totally lost after f5. I'm not up a piece for long, and I'm lost, apparently. No time to really calculate. So Hardik, the point is that I play people based on whether they're subscribers or not, first of all. And then we run out of subscribers, then I take the other challengers. So it looks like you're next on the list. But I honestly think like Glazing Buns was here before. I'm going to take Glazing Buns next, and then you. It seems like the challenges fall out of order. It used to be sorted back into order when people get disconnected, but that seems to have stopped happening. So I'm sure about Glazing Buns. This, I will take Hardik next. The order doesn't really remain. I don't know why it used to, and it stopped. Lichess somehow has changed. Always the challenges would just like fall back into the proper order, but lately that isn't happening anymore, unfortunately. I'll take his challenge next. I have time for 2 or 3 more games. So Blumenfeld Gambit. But I mean, e3 is a very rare move here by white. It's kind of passive. Main line is either takes on e6 or bishop g5. I don't know what the best move is. Wow, okay, maybe that's smart. He just insta-took there. I regret that I played it this way. I guess I made a mistake. I should have played ED. Looks like I clearly made a mistake. Similar to a Benko line I used to play with white. Excuse me, everybody. I've got a lot of construction in the air in the vicinity of my building, and there's tons of dust particles. My room is filled with construction dust. Very low air quality here. Because I live on the top floor of a building. Alright, white's play is excellent. After the strange e3 on move 4, subsequently playing very well. Now e3 is a little bit hesitant. But still, as you can see, I cannot play d6 there. He's trying to stop knight b4. I'm trying to play d6 to get my pieces out. White doesn't have the light square bishop here. Air quality must be horrendous where I live. Now e4, which this is the reason why e3 wasn't so great to begin with. That's the move you prefer to play, usually. Not thrilled with my position here. Wait, just better. We've got already too many challenges. I'm not going to be able to play this 4 challenges I have, so don't anybody else send me a challenge, please. There's not enough time to play 4 challenges. Please don't send any more. We have enough. Thank you. So d6 is poisoned. We'll just take on c3. Manage to equalize. Well, white has good positional sense. This play on the backward d file. As I said, I messed up the opening. I've never faced e3, and I didn't think about this enough. But I think my move is dubious. I mean, actually, if I take on d5, white can take on b5. And it transposes to something weird, but maybe equal chances. But I still suspect that's better. I played pawn takes c4, and now this bishop c4. Looks very solid for white. I don't think that was my best move. Now another interesting moment. White, a very positional player for his rating. Very safe. We have a threat. I don't know. Do we have a threat here? Maybe not. World Championship Canada's tournament is coming up soon. I won't be streaming that. I have to leave in about 20 minutes. So bishop f2 check, king f2, c4 check, unfortunately doesn't work. So this is what I'm saying. For a 1700 player, my opponent is extremely positional. It's extremely unusual to see that at this level. Very cautious and strategy based. Very solid. I thought maybe it was Bob. But Bob couldn't enter my stream without talking a lot. One of the trolls that's on my stream regularly. Founder troll. Well, stylistically, it could be Bob. Plays like Bob. No tactics, more general sort of strategic style of play. Can I win a pawn? I don't think so. I don't know, I mean, white must have some kind of weakness, but I have yet to find it. They're fast and positionally strong. For a 1700 lichess player, that's pretty much unheard of. Whoa, now that was unexpected. F4 from this player after the way they played this game is really, really strange. I never would have expected that. Very inconsistent. They played very cautiously and safely and like the whole game, and now f4. Whoa. I mean, I get it. They wanted to... Dude, this is just brutal. It's a tactics puzzle. Bishop e3. Clean tactics puzzle win. Yeah, it feels like Bob. Glazing buns. Maybe all of Bob's accounts were silenced. Man, f4. Double question mark. I mean, I could play c4 check first. A little extra space. Never hurt anybody, right? Wei lost the game on that one move. Yeah, I mean, it's just... The knight is useless. White is just down a queen for a rook. I'm like a tactical buzzsaw. I saw that, but I can't see winning a rook in 2 moves. Or it takes me forever to see it. So check this out. Really solid game by White till the 1 move blunder with f4. So he, or they are only worse by 0.3, and f4 just loses on the spot. He could have survived with queen e1, I guess. There's no immediate win. Okay, Hardik. You do have to have 100 games. Pass the test. Romeo of Turkey, thank you for following. We had earlier follow from Fat Cat and Sebi with a raid of 1. Guys, I'm just gonna play 1 or 2 last games here, depending on the time. This is an unusual variation. Sarawon used to play. The Yasser. What is a cheer? Okay, e3, what's that? Speaking of what is an e3? Let's drive him off the diagonal. Get off my diagonal. Now, I wanted to hang my queen with like queen knight e4 for some reason. Sick. Check. Check is nothing special. Seriously, I don't know. It's a weird Panov. I really don't know what Black's best move is in that line. I'm just gonna develop. This is probably wrong. Probably not the best. How bad can it be? BBB. Astrobate with another donation of 250 bits with the robot. Makes me think of Lost in Space. Or actually looks more like Rosie the robot from the Jetsons. We're out of here very soon. Maybe one more game, depending on how much time this one takes. Never play Queen A5. Unless you can like win a piece laterally. It's usually a bad move. Yeah, White's play seems good. I'm skeptical of my own game here. I don't like the way I'm playing this. Queen A5 is a mistake. It appears. Appears to be a mistake. Black is lucky to equalize. After Queen E5. Queen E5 is definitely inaccuracy. An inaccuracy. Please don't double my pawns, mister. He doesn't do it. Dude, how patient is White? With the A3. Doesn't even he resists bishop takes F6. Wow. And knight D2. That's a strong move. Or is it? Maybe not. Now there's a problem with the D4 pawn, so White will have to attend to that. Attendance. Please attend to your D4 pawn. Oh, what link for the Panda team? Do we have a... Well, I would do Tuesday. Do we have a Tuesday link? Or, you know, you can do a command for Tuesday. Man, this is a little upsetting. Castle's queenside? Whoa. That is a scary move. Who would expect him to castle queenside there? Now maybe I'm in trouble. Maybe. Very sharp position. White has lag. Look at this connection. It's like red, red, red. I'm going to have to play E5. This is a really weird opening. He could have played knight e4 last move. I thought I was lost, actually. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, he might be able to take on f6 check and I can play king e7 and still I'm alright. But it was a scary move. Scarier than knight c4 for black. I definitely misplayed this. I could have bishop f5 and knight b3 mate. But he has bishop d3. Man, this is tough. I don't know. White is a strong player. Bishop a4. Putting my bishop like completely out of play. Is that a good idea? That was not the original plan. But on f5 it keeps getting hit by knight d6 check. Just a really weird position. How's our lag? 57. We have excellent connection today. Now I'm getting active. Castle's queenside. You gave me the idea. But I was lucky here. I mean, I'm not sure I'm better, but I'm probably not worse. And I think I was worse. I think I was seriously worse on 84. Instead of knight c4. There, maybe I should play bishop c2 check. Speak of the devil. Speaketh, devil. This is kind of greedy, but I don't have another plan. King d8 I was going to play anyway. This is the only safe square on the board. Absolutely safe square, it feels like b8. If I castle kingside or e7, I'm not safe. But this, both of us are pretty safe. Yes. Materialistic, but effective. It's really annoying. You know what? I really don't want you to trade my bishop off. But he's also a pretty good positional player. Probably 1100 FIDE. But plays like 1800. Maybe stronger. I don't know how to get out of this. I'm just constantly tied up. Aggression. We must break free. So Panda looks sad. We have COVID depression. Panda does look sad. Panda, I should say. Say his name correctly at least. The Panda is slightly sad. Now I can reinforce with f6 if necessary, which is handy. Handy to have an extra f pawn. We try to blockade now. See what I'm talking about? The extra f pawn. Right, 1,000 players who, yeah, well, they're probably from India, which is renowned for the underratedness of the players, becoming more and more renowned for player underratedness. Now do I play f4 and go for it? I guess. Gotta go for it. There must be a lot of other countries that have underrated players, though. I mean, India can't be the only country that's like that. There are lots of tournaments in Hungary, so the players here aren't necessarily underrated. Now we've got a nice chance in this endgame. The white king isn't really safe. Grabbing pawn. Really not much better than that. And the bishop comes back to c6. It's good here. We're close to winning. I think I should just take this pawn. Hate to be materialistic. Guys, this is going to be the last game for today, it looks like. Sadly. I'd love to play more. But I have to go due to a prior commitment. I turn into a pumpkin in 2 minutes. So F2. The man from Uncle. He's blockading. This isn't over yet. He's blockading F1. Close to winning. Rook F8. Knight G3. Whoa. There's no way to control this queening square, is there? Bishop E5. No way he's surviving this. The tactical chess of Judith, yeah, she's renowned for her tactical style. Not me, man. Alright, so it's over, right? Rook G3. That's not so easy. We have to be a little bit careful here. This. Rook F3, Rook G2, and maybe white saves the game. But this is not so easy. Now we get another nugget. And that nugget is gonna end it. The H4 pawn. I'm actually threatening Rook H1. No defense. That's elegant. No, the H pawn. Two connect to pass pawns. It's my alarm. It's time to go. What an annoying alarm I have. Alright. He's not giving up. Freeze the enemy pawn. Bring the king up. Go eat the queenside. It's a long way to do this. I had a faster way to win. But this is effective. Probably not the best move. Alright guys, enjoy the candidates tournament wherever you watch it. The cool beard. Look, man, no stalemate. Alright. Thank you guys for playing. Thanks, everybody, for the support. Thanks, everybody, for subscribing and for following. I'll see you all tomorrow night for a rapid tournament on my stream at 6:30 CEST. Thanks a lot, everybody. Maybe I'll raid the Tranquilizer. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.